Fantasy 14 Online. Well, last time we have reached the Tower of Zot, and we are prepared to go in now. Should be interesting, right? This is gonna be a dungeon. Oh, yep, here we go. Our first Endwalker dungeon, Tower of Zot. Vitra, great worm of the first brood and the hidden satrap of Razatan, has bid the scions cross to Nurnair and mount a foray into the tiny island's unnatural spire, a telophoroi structure known by the locals as the Tower of Zot. Your companions join you on the journey, protective talismans in hand, prepared to face whatever unnamed horrors await you within. Come what may, you cannot allow Nidhana and her kin to perish in the grip of dark magics and darker designs. Yeah, ain't gonna let that happen. And we have a quest that we can. Oh God, money. A quest we can do. I do want to do the quests. I don't want to. How long's the wait time? 15 minutes. Fine. I'll use my money. I do have one ticket, but I feel like it's gonna get more expensive. So, wait, I don't think I got here yet. And if I have, I really need to attune to that. It's fine. I mean, come on now. No. Right? Yeah, we haven't got to there yet. That's fine. We need to get all the way down over here, and we still can't use their thing, right? Or can I? Can I use it now? If it's unavailable for general use at this time, no. Okay, so I do have to go back through the cave. Watch I start this and then I suddenly get into the dungeon. Which I won't necessarily be upset by, but gosh darn it. That's my luck with these. Alright. Troglyphiles Deep? The frick is that? Also, goddamn it. How are you all doing today? Hopefully you're all doing alright. I'm doing okay. I am under a tornado watch, so if I suddenly, like, go away, you know why. Power probably went out. I also have to still go to work at some point, but if I do hear a tornado siren, I'm more than likely gonna call off. Yeah, I don't wanna personally have a Wizard of Oz scenario, you know? Also, I more than likely won't be streaming tomorrow. Because I'm gonna be getting my stuff ready for my move Sunday and Monday. Hopefully Sunday, getting things settled Monday. That's what I'm going to attempt anyway. We'll see. Again, it's also dependent on weather. Hopefully it's better. This whole week has just been a week of storms where I'm at. Leave me alone, Genamos. Genamos. Gene. Your troll showed me the woodworm sample, but the best I can do is confirm that I've never seen it before. Say your hypothesis that it's an undiscovered species is highly likely. In order to ascertain how best to deal with the insect, we would need to learn about its original habitat. Well, I found it clinging onto the Severian tool used to make medicine that was recently brought to the Archeon. It was delivered by a Rogan and Gleaner. Let's go ask her about it. Again, I still don't know what to do about that voice. What are we waiting for, then? To the Archeon. The troll truly speaks to you, doesn't it? Perhaps that woodworm is not the only new species in our midst. Oh, god damn it. I have to go back? Fine. Frackin' game. I guess I could just spend the 100. That's not bad. Better than 1,000 and some, and it does get me up there quicker. Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? I wasted 100 gil, didn't I? I'm an idiot. Can I go down the waterfall? Yes. No. 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 Alright. That'd be too easy, I suppose. Blah. Bum 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 ba 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 ba. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Bum 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 ba da bum 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 bum. Ba ba da ba da ba da. Oh, that? I found that in Thavner. To be more specific, at the alchemist's outpost, the Great Work. 'Twas used by the first alchemists, they say, and there are few tools I could still extant? I spent days arguing my case before its owner agreed to hand it over. Good, it's all coming together now. The woodworm was probably exposed to so many alchemical concoctions in that settlement that it developed a hardy resistance to substances like pesticides. Let's waste no time in grurring the biologist about this. I feel like I've seen that little troll in the Archeon. Is it alright for him to be out and about like this? Ah, well, circumstances have required us to set him free for a bit. Closely monitored, of course. Where did he go? Oh my, we should make for Marial Arconomics straight away then. Commence! Alright, let's do this. Tower time. Here we go. Da-na-da-na. Yeah. Foul play, so let us proceed with caution. Alright, nice. Up, there they are! The sisters. Those beastly masks. It's the Manusia. Come to life. Focus on sustaining Arcasadara? As you keep going. Onwards and upwards. Mindaruva. Gone from my tower. This is a good fight. I like this. So you have chosen defiance. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna hit. Ugh. Pictomancer. Pass. Whoop. Okay. Oh. No matter the cost, we must protect the tower. Harbinger elect the Magus sisters. Cinderuva. Assist in your desecration. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god! Oh my gosh! Oh frick, how? Alright, one down. Woo! Alright. Heck yeah, level up even. Good, good, okay. Death gauge expanded. Oh! Upon learning the trait Void Soul, weapon skills which cost Lemur Shroud will grant Void Shroud when executed. With sufficient stacks, you can execute actions such as Lemur's Slice and Lemur's Scythe. Stacks of Lemur's Shroud can be consumed to execute Void Reaping or Communio, acquired at level 90. Soul Gauge can be filled via the execute of certain weapon skills. Shroud Gauge can be filled via certain... Okay, cool, cool, cool. Nice. Also, give me just a second. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Exit, yes. Alright. How'd we do?
Is everyone all right?
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
Lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
Quagmire? Not Quagmire?
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Shent?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek. Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look. Curious. There is something there embedded inside the core.
Oh, I don't like that.
Man's limb.
What?
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
A man's limb is embedded in the machine? Hell yeah.
And that should be the end of it.
Oh no. God damn it, Alpha.
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Why didn't you say anything?
Bully for you! You're supposed to survive the fall!
That's the thing. We don't.
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
I pray I'm not too late.
Graha? Graha? Oh? Oh, are we okay?
What happened? Where are we?
Everyone okay?
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. Tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
Where's Graha? He did something. Oh, buddy.
Raha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
Graha MVP.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Good. Good, good, good.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here.
Are they gonna be okay?
There'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Get Angelo help?
Angelo and I will take care of that.
There we go.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail, scions! We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
Everybody. Carrying all those Matanga may have been the true struggle. Damn. Only Estinian and Thancred? Okay. The liberated prisoners are being transported to Razatan for treatment. Alize and Ishtola will oversee the administration of the tempering treatment, with support from those who know a healing spell or two. We'll go and join them in the city once you've had a moment to catch your breath. You may now enter the Tower of Zot with a party of NPC avatars. You may use this feature, open the trust. Yes, yes, yes. Thinker is arrested and ready to set out. Had enough rest, have you? You never were one for being idle. Right. Vashahan bade us come to Megaduda at our earliest convenience. The others will join us there once they have finished tending to the prisoners. Ah, wait. On second thought, you and Estinian should go on ahead. I need to make a quick detour by the Great Work. We left Graha in the alchemist's care, you see, but best to fetch him before he's crammed into a specimen jar. Just you and me, then. The guardsmen at the gate should wave us through. Alright, sounds good. Anything else you can? When we delivered Graha to the alchemist, they were not a little excited. Perhaps it was Nidana's rescue that brought them joy, but given their fascination with Estinian, I'm not quite sure. It's true, he also has Halligan blood in him, so I would not be surprised. the tower gone, I expect the state of alert will be lifted. True. Ah, honored scions, you are free to enter at your leisure. As I cannot leave my post, I'm afraid you must make your own way. Should you require directions of the city, the sentries stationed at the fountain atop the stairs should be glad to assist you. Alright, cool. Though I have been to Radzadan before, this place is a veritable maze. Rather than risk getting lost, we had best ask for directions from the sentry at the fountain. Lead the way. Don't expect me to act as your tour guide like certain others. Oh, cool. An escort. Is there anywhere we can go to talk? No. No. I expected you to be a tour guide, but if you were to talk, I wouldn't mind talking with you, Stinian. You're a cool guy. Oh, can I finally do the stuff now, though? I can. Ah, Master Shent, I presume. I understand you are here for an audience with the satrap. If you require directions to Megaduda, I should be glad to provide them. The satrap's residence is situated in Dharma, the highest part of Ratzatan. To get there, I would ordinarily recommend a route that takes you by the bazaars in the city's north. Due to the state of alert, however, most businesses are currently closed and the Aetheryte disabled. As such, I will provide you with an alternate path. First, please ascend the steps next to the fountain and continue left. There will be more steps, and then ascending them, you will emerge on Pax's path. Proceed through the large door on the right, you will arrive at Ruvida Fibers. Within, you will find another center who will give you further guidance. In other words, we head up. Sounds straightforward enough. It is more talky talk, but you said it's disabled, but I was able to use this, so maybe I can use it? Maybe? We'll see. Yeah, Mrs. Aether has been alright, fine. I'm still gonna go these ways in order to get the little Aetherites. Maybe need a map, yeah. Song sounds similar to another song I've heard. I'm trying to think what. Chrono Trigger, I want to say. A little bit. Kind of this part here. The nation in the sky. I want to say. Just it feels similar, you know. And again, not complaining because all is really good music. Ah, yes. I know about this portal. It leads to a nearby isle, the treasure vault of one of Razatan's wealthiest families. They took the god of luck for their guardian, on account of which they occasionally open up a section of their vaults for aspiring treasure hunters to try their own luck, or so they say. There are also coffers hidden across the land that act as portals. Find one and you gain access to the vault. That's kind of cool. Something to bear in mind in case you exhaust your funds while on the road. 'Tis a troublesome experience, as I can personally attest. I wanna find a portal. I want money. I need more money. I wanna eventually buy a place. In the Megaduda, are you? In that case, please follow this hallway to my right and go through the door at the top of the stairs. And emerge at the entrance to the airship landing, where another sentry should be on hand to assist you. Incidentally, if you ascend the steps to either side of me, you'll find the workshops of Ruvida Fibers. Though you're free to observe the artisans, take care not to lose your way. Ah, Favenarian weave. Hard to imagine more vibrant stuff. I dare say Merc would be partial to the gold thread. And the blue, of course. He loves his blue. Never put much thought to what I wear. A spare set of clothing is usually all I carry. If that isn't enough, I can always obtain something locally. Fair enough. I will talk to you in just a second. We're here for an airship. I'm afraid our flights have been suspended until further notice. So the state of alert is still in effect. Perhaps it's for the best. Let aside, we're not here for an airship. We have business at Magaduda. Oh, in that case, permit me to direct you. From here, it's quite simple, really. Ascend these steps and then continue straight across the bridge. Can't miss it. Oh, nice. I remember passing by here with Vashon. The situation being as it was, he regretted not being able to show us the sights. Life is yet to return to normal here, but when it does, you ought to pay another visit. Though the city is confusing, it's not really that confusing. The food is quite good. I'm partial to hamsa myself. The meat's surprisingly tender and flavorful. We look over at the bird. Bird's like, squawk, squawk! That's funny, I like that. Both look at the bird. Bird looks between us. Fuck off! Alright, Ethernet. Ethernet. Good. There's another one at the end of here and there. Last little aetherite. Now access to it all. You've turned yourself to all the aethernet shards and Razatan, except for the big one, the main one. Greetings and welcome to Magaduda. May I inquire about your business? We are members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, come at the invitation of His Excellency. Of course, we have been expecting you. I will show you into the audience chamber, if you would please follow me. Yay, Graha. Glad you're back on your feet.
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust. Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one. One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease. Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Valiant sires, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence. No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales.
Hell yeah.
Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzatan.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the high crucible of Alchemia. Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzatan will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
Oh, Vitra.
'Tis of no moment, a mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people.
Oh.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made. In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
'Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift. Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydaelyn to whom we must look for answers.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort.
Okay.
'Tis a story from my youth, many, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsormr did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope. He believed so long as Hydaelyn endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since. Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydralyn does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way.
True.
Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Prithee, a moment.
Yeah.
There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor, 'tis thee.
I wish he could be here with us now.
I know of his clash with Omega, and the long slumber which was his price. Yet even closed in sleep, my father's eyes are far from blind. He is watching over thee, watching over this world.
damn it! Frick you, game! Damn it, I know! All the good people that we've lost.
Take heart and protect the world. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end.
I don't like that.
Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
I'd like that. I'm glad they were worried about me. God damn it, game. Hit me in the feels again. Our apologies again. I hope we didn't force you to conclude your conversation prematurely. So what were you and Vitra talking about? Nothing. Very well, if you say so. The others had gone ahead to the High Crucible. Let's catch up to them. Like his sister Tiamat, Vitra is possessed of a gentle soul. I'm glad they're on our side. Bread Archon loaf. God damn it, more of the Archon loaf. Baked with either fish or vegetable flour, this fluffy loaf of rye bread is, from a nutritional standpoint, wholesome indeed. Alphino has a mind to join the others at the High Crucible. The attendant was kind enough to give me directions to the High Crucible. First, let us return to the mulberry orchard. Damn it, got me all teary-eyed. It also makes me very, very worried. But I'm a worrier, so it's not that much of a surprise, I guess. I understand the mulberries are for the silkworms, grown a stone's throw away from the satrap's residence. It gives it the quintessential Thavnarian flair, don't you think? Oh, that was it. From here, we're I have a little bit of drop frames, but not too bad. From here, we're supposed to follow the path left and past the mulberries. Oh, is this how I'm normally supposed to be getting the Ethernet shards? Eh. Went ahead and did it ahead of time. The word yush apparently means bind in the local tongue. And this district is so named because it connects all others in the city. If we manage to come this far, we shouldn't have trouble finding the High Crucible, or so I was told. Where the street turns, enter the door straight ahead, then descend the steps. I thought the Crystarium was confusing, but it doesn't compare to Rezatan. The architecture and decorations make it even harder to get your bearing. Anyway, let's see where this door takes us. It seems we're on the right track. And here's the Aetheryte Plaza. So far so good, there isn't much further to go. From here we just need to cross to the other side of the hall, then pass through the larger of the two doorways. The High Crucible lies beyond. I suspect the others have already collected the warding scales. Come, let us join them. Let's check and see if I can use this yet. Are we still in the no-go, or are we out of the worst of this now? Nope, still no. Alright. I had to check, just in case. You never know, for sure. Oh. Though this land hath been afforded a respite, in turmoil do many others languish still. Our work is far from finished. You took your time. Got turned around, I take it? No, what wasn't that? Did I pass any of the others? Oh no, they're all over here, okay. As I heard it, after you defeated Nidhogg, his scales found their way into the hands of the firmament's artisans. Steeped in power as they are, it's no surprise they were coveted. Still, it is a strange legacy for the revengeful worm. I'm quite well now, I assure you. As they say, the stronger the taste, and stranger the color, the more effective the remedy. My body trying to replenish the ether I spent, however, I'm feeling rather famished. I think a sampling of the local delicacies in order. Hamza cuisine would be a good place to start, perhaps? Students had previously turned to Razatan's alchemist for help with the analysis of various artifacts. That is how I became acquainted with Nidana. I'm glad we could rescue her, and pray she makes a full recovery. What an immense laboratory. How many such places were enlisted to help forge the warding scales, I wonder? Excellent. You're in time to hear the latest good news. We're last, of course, but at least we found the place. True. Oh.
These are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Nice.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophonic
Ooh, true. Options.
Of course, we would need to consult with various alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
Okay, Ranjay?
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
Is that gonna be safe there?
Please, I must speak with you.
Nidana? Hey! I'm glad you're better. I'm assuming? What was the gasp? Oh, is it just because she's up and about?
Nidana, you're awake.
Good! Hell yeah! Okay!
Yes, when I spoke with the Kara
told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the tower's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. Such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough.
Yeah.
All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnir from an awful fate.
Yet
Estidian.
who has truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy. Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas, unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
Hmm.
Talisman? Is this true? Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas. It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
Hmm? The flower.
Look at that! Its color is completely changed.
What do you have there?
A mood flower.
How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
You imply that it is distinct from ether.
As foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts. Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows. Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach, a gift bestowed from on high or torn from the heavens in some traditions. Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate. The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities.
Talking about a limit break?
That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
So it's like the limit break.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy. I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application poorly to formalized research. Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
Nonsense! You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we depart for Charlian then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the annex.
Again, I don't know if that's a good idea.
We will be in touch once our talks are concluded.
I wouldn't be surprised if they
Suggest you rest when you
confiscated
can.
it.
From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
Last thing I remember before being absorbed into the tower was you rushing towards me. I can only imagine the hardships you and yours must have had to overcome to rescue us. No amount of words will suffice to express my gratitude, but I hope the pardon me, the flower's radiant glow says everything I cannot. So now we go all the way there. God, it's so much money. Do it. But it hurts. It hurts to spend money. This is me, IRL. It hurts to spend money. No. Show me something else. Alright. It's good to be back, and with the fruit of our labors safely in storage. For now, we have but to wait for the others to return from their respective meetings with the Alliance leaders. As Thancred suggested, you should get some rest in the meantime. Welcome back, Shent. Kral has apprised me of your recent accomplishments. One amazing feat to eliminate a tower and pave the way to deal with the rest. Well, it isn't much. I've changed your sheets and plumped up your pillow. After all, there's nothing like collapsing in a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone. Be it penning a thesis or defeating day 4 entities. So would you like to take a look at your new and improved lodgings now? Sure. I guess I made my money back, but still. Give me the bread. Upgraded lodgings. Am I gonna put the flower in a vase? At least put it in a vase. Still very white here in Charlian, though.
Take heart and protect them well.
Oh, gosh. I want to, and I'm afraid you're gonna do something, game. Oh. Hi.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you?
No, but I did get some bread
I
from
suspect,
Cryo.
if you're interested, only the finest dining from the last stand.
Yay, thank you. it does look good. I want to fix pizza now. Although the burger does look good too. Damn, what a bite. Pickles?
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well. But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
I don't know, at least all this looks good.
About that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart.
That's true, he has been with us all for a little while.
Brooding stare.
Let's be
I'll
nice.
drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Charlian feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
Jeez.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Poor Estinian. All sides.
Aww. Hey, Growl's just happy with his burger. Oh.
I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since. Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes? Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidani back in Radzat-Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt, the relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed. And in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Telophoroi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day.
Very true.
That's mine.
Stole his
The sweet
cookie.
spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
Maybe.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Numenon?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion. They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
Hey, it's a way of doing it. Totally valid. Another way of stealth. Damn! Everyone was hungry. Still a few sweets left, though. Oh, damn. The moon. Are we pushing on until dawn?
I'm not that ambitious. But 'tis pleasant to idle away the hours every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Did he just now notice the pickle? Green. Do we have to get all the colors? The flower to show all the colors then? I wonder. Oh. Hello, Xenos. Xenos.
Ah! Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news. Our tower in Thavner has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Ah, yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
No. All else is equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more, and then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before. Burn. Burn. Let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours?
Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed.
Yeah, no.
Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes, I think that is something we can both enjoy.
On wings of hope. Oh gosh. Graha? Hope you don't mind us barging into your room for our late night feast. For what it's worth, it did me a world of good to put our troubles to one side. If only for a moment. Sound the bell, school's in. Kral and Grahatia were having a pleasant conversation until you barged in. Damn, game! Oh, there you are. Feeling refreshed, I hope. I was about to make my way to the studium, as it happens. I wanted to try and speak with Scholar Monteshane? And thank him for coming to our rescue in Lurastra. As it turns out, he's come here to see us following the hearing, only to find that we'd already departed for Thavnair. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the cud with his former students. Since we're still waiting for Y'shtola and the others, I thought now the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Sure. And then it's settled. The twins will be coming too, assuming Alphino can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you rally the troops while I go on ahead to Phenomena. Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the studium for a time. That might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long. Sorry, Graha. Hold the fort for us. Unlike some of the Scions, I am not an alumni of the stadium. As such, I have no acquaintances there. I am obliged to visit. Studium. And while I would love nothing more than to pore over the many great tomes of Phenomenon, I fear my presence there would stir up more unwanted trouble. So, for now, I'll be patient, much as it pains me to do so. If Father can master these fiendish contraptions, then so can I. Heading out for a stroll? The Scholar himself was here. In that case, what are we waiting for? I too am eager to see him, though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the studium. I dare say I know... Notoriety? Precedes us. Alphino, of all people, worrying over his reputation, and at our alma mater, no less, wonders never cease. He'll understand soon enough. Off we go. It's snowing. Feels like only yesterday that I first walked through these doors. See that sculpted picture above the entrance? That's the mark of Thaliak, the scholar, bearer of the waters of knowledge. It's no exaggeration to say that Charlene itself is one enormous shrine to him, and that's especially notable here in the studium. Here it is, Phenomenon. While I expect you made notes of it before, one can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here on official business, correct? While most of the space is taken up by the expansive auditoriums, it also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. At the center of what would later become the studium, it was established to promote the study of aetherological phenomena, hence the name. Though with aether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable facet of life, and even the universe itself. And then, in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, Phenomenon was decreed complete, and the studium officially opened as a place of learning. With a long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in aetherology, the arcane, the occult, astronomy, and countless other fields, standing proud as Charlene's foremost educational institute. You always did enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Indeed. I've long since lost track of how many times he has recited that same foppish speech, such is his undying love for his old stamping ground. He was in top form back then, youngest to enter the studium, graduated with highest honors in magical arts and aetherology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on, you both joined the studium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alphino actually entered half a year before me. Nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors. I am certainly not the studium's most notorious master debater. In all respects, have I ever been in his shadow? If nothing else, just remember that this was where the legend of Alphino Levier began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully we'll be somewhat more welcome here than we were at the last stand. I know better than anyone the adoration the student body has for Alphino, and with a bit of luck, it might work to our advantage. Okay. Well, there's no time like the present. First things first, let's look for Scholar Monteshane. Our faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he's fond of wandering wheresoever his whim takes him. Let's split up and ask the students if they've seen him. Okay. Ugh, goodness, I can't stop yawning. I'm sorry. Nope, here we go. I assure you, I'll tell you all about it after my business with the scholar has concluded. The scholar? Tell me, my good fellow, does this have something to do with saving the world from catastrophe? Might we turn our attention to Master Levier's graduation thesis? I do have my doubts regarding our policy of non-intervention. Is it true that your experiences overseas are the reason you have incurred the ire of the Forum? Oh, I wouldn't give to see you butt heads with those old codgers. They weren't wrong. Excitable student. Script merchant mender. Wait, what can I purchase? Potions and such. Alright. I thought I could only hold one phoenix down. Ah, stuff for fishing. Okay. Things are bad enough during our school days, and Alphino's time abroad has only heightened his fame. Or should that be infamy? He had his rivals and detractors, of course, though most of them gave that up after his adoring fans set upon them like ravenous dogs. Oh god. Alphino, on the other hand, never paid them much notice. They were simply beneath him. Damn. I don't know where Kryla is. We'll find her as we explore Excitable Student. That was Alphino Levier, wasn't it? The Alphino Levier? And he's with his sister and Master Baldessian's granddaughter. This can only mean one thing. Event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word. Have you seen... Oh, sorry, you said you're looking for the scholar? Yes? Knowing him may be anywhere, but Miss Aliapo should have a better idea? Why does that sound familiar? Are you lost? Wander off the street, perhaps? Wait, don't tell me. You're a trainee gleaner, fresh off the guild ship? I'm right, aren't I? Oh, how silly of me. An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid you warm welcome to Searcher's Meet. Let me start with a question. What is the most important thing you'll find in the studium? That's right, books. And what's the second most important? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we deal in here at Searcher's Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send the gleaners off to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the quests we get. Eye of Pysa this, tongue of Giganto that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end, which is possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish, this being school of magic and all. As our newest gleaner, you'll have your work cut out for you, but I think you'll find it quite rewarding. I've tracked down some miscellaneous knickknacks in my time, but I'm no gleaner. Oh, so what you're telling me is you're not a gleaner? Yes, that's exactly what you said, isn't it? And you're looking for a scholark? I'm afraid we don't have any of those in stock, but I can... Oh, you mean him! He was here, but now he's not. I did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Maker's Meet. Go back the way you came in, and you'll see it on the opposite side of the entrance. It's a laboratory of sort. Home to many rare and expensive curios, not to mention alarmingly frequent accidents. If you lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. Damn. In the time it's taken me to tell you all this, the scholark has probably already left. Best of luck finding him. I have a feeling you'll need it. Thanks. Yes, the scholark was here a short while ago. He offered me advice on my current research project. Though we spoke at length, I don't recall him mentioning where he was planning to go next. When we parted ways, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums. sir.
Ah, I remember you.
I hope so.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Montoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
The wink.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
How is that even possible?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
Yeah.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms. Two are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
Corporeal aether?
Yes, very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale.
Yeah.
And what might that have been?
Louis So.
The seventh umbral calamity. The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act.
It was deliberate. Fairly certain Louis So said that he did it.
The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Charlene prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace?
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty. Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose.
True.
But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable. Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet. I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with
Certain matters of resource administrators may still be of use to you.
I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian. This privilege is extended to you as well, my friend. Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
Didn't like that, okay. That's not a little creepy at all, that laugh. Been granted the run of phenomenon. If you're game, they would put your artistry to good use. I'm not good art though. Some of my earliest memories are of Scalak Montrachet. Actually, he was a close friend of our grandfather. He'd come for tea and amaze us with his tricks, much like his demonstration with the paper and ink. He's a huge part of why I wanted to enter the studium in the first place. While Scalak Montrachet is best known for his role as head of the studium, it is said to be one of the finest mages of Sharlayan has ever produced. Having seen for myself the ease with which he weaves extraordinary, complex, and powerful magics, I have no reason to doubt the claim. Kyle is still digesting a rather hefty portion of food for thought. Well, that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the form's true motives, and the mysteries of life itself for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude only to leave more indebted than before, but feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in days to come. And on that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way you could better acquaint yourself with Alpha as the Skalark suggested while I share our findings with Raha. Having spent most of the time in Thavna, I've yet to fully grasp the lie of the land here in Sharlayan. Even finding my way to the annex proved a challenge. Stinian returned not long after we departed for the studium. A shame that he missed the chance to attend our lecture with the Skalark. Or perhaps not. Seems I've done an adequate job of relaying Skalark Montashaine's lecture to Graha. Given his experience in the field of souls and memories, he had no trouble understanding it. You'd better not let your guard down, a brown key. Our small favor becomes another, then another, and before you know it, you'll be running to the other side of the world in search of a bottle of wine or some other rubbish. Then again, it might make for a welcome change of pace from your usual heroics. And as the Skalark said, it could also lead to interesting discoveries. Welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the studium proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow scions. As expected, news of the warding scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Limbs of Laminsa. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive. It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Vilbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estinian? Are they there? Okay, good, they are there. Whew, I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I shouldn't complain, though. Vitra and the alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales, so you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the Forum's watchful gaze, I've little choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as an official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I wait word from Master Matoya and our other allies. With luck, we'll soon have good news of our own to share. The tide is about to turn. I can feel it. The limbs of Laminsa. If you learn aught of interest, be sure to let me know. In the meantime, I will do what I can to aid our cause, though I fear that will be precious little, given the circumstances. Storm Sergeant? Still to expect you. As you may or not be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining the Grand Seer and the Sultana, three of the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare, or should I show you to them? We'll go. Ladies? My apologies for calling you away from Charlene at such short notice. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. 'Twas only right that this discussion be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition, Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action. We have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It's reassuring to learn we are in accord. But might I ask what your plans entail? It hinges entirely on the warding scales and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During the time in Charlian, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts, with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge of abductions of kobolds, Shahagan, Ixal, and Anada have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. But your triumph at Razatan has given us cause to hope once more. The time has come to free ourselves of this menace. And it is you, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telophoroi at bay, we'll dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy heart, Garlemald. These brave few will be the Ilzabad contingent. To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered, robbed of their free will. They serve the Telophoroi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember, we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, for without that there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. Aye, on that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Nyaranjay observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there's reason to believe the small spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway. The same could be said of the Telophoroi. There is certainly no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the spire's primary purpose is to provide and keep us occupied, while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Y'shtola's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on her observations inside the Tower of Zot, the spires siphon aether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. The excess of aether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it were being redirected to the largest spire in the capital. There's a logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down, along with their infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what would you have us do? I assume it's more than handing over the scales and being on our way. We want you and your scales to join the Ilsabad contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. For the people of Garlemald. Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Nyaranjay have already pledged their support and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily, for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have delivered the warding skills to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilsabad. Raban and Lord Aymeric are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon your arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Telophoroi can do as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go. Safe in knowledge, Eorzea will be as you left it, or better upon your return. Oh, here we go! Goodness. Sorry. Wait, so it's gonna be cold? It does have furs. I think this just looks like a warmer version of this. I just threw on a coat. We'll do that. Throw on a coat. Alright, cool. Alright. I think I'll end it here. I need to get ready for work and grab a bite to eat before then, so we can do the rest of this next time. Onward to Garlemald. Oh my gosh. Alright, so thank y'all very much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whichever it may be, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.